Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO. Free, impartial advice on all your debt.
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special.
Get off your phone, Johnny.
I can do it at the same
no,
time.
get off your
I'm
phone.
Trying to get
Would you do this with
you
Sky?
Want a
What?
I do it loads of times for this guy. I have the camera down like that. I'm like on the phone.
Is that why he's awful in the shop, Adam?
Extraordinary, isn't it? He's asked if you want a coffee.
No, I don't drink coffee. That's the only reason he asked me if I want a coffee, because he knows I don't drink it.
I don't drink coffee.
I'm alright. We'll wait for Johnny's.
Wait, where
Skinny
are
hot
we?
chocolate.
Hold on.
Skinny hot chocolate. You ordered?
Come on, let's do it.
No, I can't while you're holding your phone.
Have you done it?
I'm trying to do it, but he keeps.
No, go on, you do
Hot,
it.
yeah?
I'll speak to Adam for a sec while you
Skinny
do your
hot.
thing.
No cream, no marshmallows, yeah?
How are you, Adam?
I'm good, I'm really good.
I can't believe you actually said that.
I'm excited. I don't
No
care.
marshmallows.
I don't care. Who cares? I don't like marshmallows. I don't want it in my hot chocolate. I'm good. I'm very good. Excited about the week. And, Anthony and the team are here. Kubrat Pulev and the team were all around yesterday. And really feels like now we're ready for a big fight Saturday night just over there. And there's going to be plenty of build-up in this bubble. It's a busier bubble, isn't it, Kugan? It certainly will get to be a busier bubble than the ones we've been used to, which is good. It's a real, huge fight feel, and it's fantastic having Anthony Joshua back defending his world titles against his mandatory challenger who's waited how many years for this opportunity. So Kubrat Pulev will have his chance come Saturday night.
Johnny said in the lockdown that
Johnny says a lot of things.
Joshua White Fury won't fight this year. So,
Joshua White and or each other? Or?
No, just a single
Joshua
fight.
White and Fury
Won't fight this year. You did say that, didn't you?
Okay, go on, carry on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one out of three.
1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. How do you feel
Which
about
kind
that?
of sums Johnny up, doesn't it?
Okay,
Johnny's 1 out of 3.
But I was actually my mindset. I was.
It's Gervonta Davis' fault this year.
Wait, we'll get to that, my friend. So my mindset was this, and Eddie's over there. You ask him how much money you'd possibly lose on the gate. So all these fighters have had to make a sacrifice of letting go. It's business of a fight. Had to make the sacrifice of losing money on the gate, which affects their purse. And I thought the likes of Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, unless they can negotiate something mad for people to say, all right, then we'll justify what you're doing. We'll drop some money on you because there's no crowds in. I thought it won't happen. Now, there's 1,000 people in here. I don't know how it's worked out. Fighters are now thinking, you know what, I want to fight more than I want the dough because, Tyson Fury's almost fought. Anthony Joshua's thought there's 1,000 people in.
The 1,000 people don't make it. It's a fantastic. It's fantastic having 1,000 people back. The atmosphere will be great. It's wonderful for them who've got the lucky tickets. But that doesn't mean much in the gate. Of course it doesn't. I think what's been brilliant is that Eddie has managed to get these fights on, by adapting without gates. And and we've seen as well with Joyce and Dubois. We've seen fights in America with Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz. We've seen, Vasily Lomachenko Lopez. Loads of really good fights. Danny Garcia Spence at the weekend. There's really good fights happening with virtually no gate or a small gate. And we get 1,000 people here on Saturday night, which is brilliant for the fighters, for everybody. It's a step in the right direction, isn't it? But it's been extremely tough to make the big fights. And I think, your call of not seeing them, I think that's fair enough, but it's really important that Dillian Whyte's got out, okay, albeit a defeat, but he's got another fight lined up for early in the new year in the rematch. Anthony Joshua was determined. He wanted to fight at Fight Camp. When he came and he was our guest that night on the White Povetkin show, he was ready to fight. He wanted to fight in the Garden.
And he actually
but
said,
you know what? He's come back and he said, I want to fight. Tyson Fury wanted to fight.
That's what I'm saying. That night
Tyson
then,
Fury
he
wanted
said,
to fight
I said,
this
do
year.
you think you'll fight? He said, it's business. I want to fight, but it's business. And that's what he said. And to me, that's common sense. But then it's got to a point where they are fighters to the core. So it gets to a point you think, you know what? I just want to fight. Because you don't know when this is going to end. So Anthony Joshua has said, look, I'm throwing the dice. Come on, I'll take a call. I need to fight. And Fury would have done the same. So that was the method behind my thinking of saying that.
Okay. Well, listen. COVID-free now.
Don't pick on him straight away.
No, not straight away. Right, are you 1,000% convinced? Yeah. Shout out for your top, your baby grow you gave me.
Hot chocolate?
No, I'm going to phone them up because they're only around the corner. Otherwise, we've got to wait for a motorcyclist to come and get it. And
You
bring
can't
it down
leave
to
here.
Yeah, no, someone will bring it down.
You can't
Leave it
leave.
to me and let me charm her.
No, you can't leave.
I know. My window opens that much, so I can't even get out. I turn my head to one side.
So, you're 1,000% convinced that Joshua beats that man there?
Yes.
1,000%.
1,000%.
Adam, would you go as far as saying this time you
I'll
are
do it again.
1,000% convinced?
Again, we won't
You
talk
make sure your
about.
baby wears that.
We're not going to talk about 1,000% because it's 100%. No, you can never say 100% in heavyweight boxing ever. Of course you can't. Do I think Anthony Joshua will come through on Saturday? Of course, like most people, he's a big favourite, and
Yeah, but
he
did you
should
think
have
that when he boxed
he should
wins?
have just be quiet a minute. He should have the tools. Should have the tools to get the job done. It's a heavyweight boxing. Did you think that Dillian Whyte would be flat on his back, having knocked Alexander Povetkin down twice and being on the verge of victory? No, you didn't. So just be careful, Johnny. Be careful, because Kubrat Pulev is a strong, tough, proud guy. He's got great amateur pedigree. He's been waiting for this opportunity a long time. He's only got one defeat to Vladimir Klitschko. He is 39. Would it be a big upset if he wins? Yes, but could he win? There's always a possibility.
Why didn't you say this about Andy Ruiz?
What do you mean about Andy Ruiz? You said to me, I am 1,000% convinced that Anthony Joshua wins the rematch.
You didn't.
You can't be 1,000% convinced
I
about
could.
anything. You can't be 100% convinced because he got knocked out in the garden.
I have to agree with Adam here because you could, your judgment for saying
Let's
that,
stick
yeah?
to facts. I was right, wasn't
Yes,
I?
you were right.
What did you say on Friday night
All right.
about Gervonta Davis?
And again, if Gervonta did, maybe my delivery was probably construed a little bit. So I believe Tennyson, if he lands on Gervonta Davis,
This is not
he
what you
knocks him out.
said,
He had,
Adam.
It's
because-
changing
no,
every
no,
day.
because he's got the punch power to do it, and I'm saying
said
you like that, but
you
give him the
didn't say
opportunity.
if he lands.
All right, I didn't say that, but I
What
said,
did you say?
I said he could beat him. He could beat.
You didn't say he
I said
could beat him.
He'd beat
No.
him. He ain't like that. He'd beat him.
You said he will beat him.
Yeah, you
and
did.
Matt and I
You
dropped
said
our
for me,
microphones
you
at
went for
ringside.
me, and I
Oh,
think I'm going to upset a few people here. For me, Tennyson beats Gervonta Davis. That's
Yeah,
what
all
you
right,
said.
yeah, I stick to it. Stick to
Okay,
it.
cool. If that's
Stick
your
to it.
opinion.
And I want you to save this footage, Sky's footage, everybody else that's give me stick footage, and when it comes on, I'll just sit there.
And this is no disrespect to James
No
Tennyson.
disrespect.
Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
I'm totally disrespecting
He is one of our most exciting fighters. He's got real momentum as a lightweight. He did a great job on Friday night. Gervonta Davis is at a different level at the moment,
Wow.
and he is
Why do you
Teofimo
say
Lopez.
that?
Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta Davis, and Devin Haney. It's the hardest division
but I
in the
don't
world.
like that.
There is no way James Tennyson should
the
go in
prob-
with Gervonta Davis next. He should fight Jorge Linares or something like that. Build up when he gets his opportunity, say in 12 months' time,
The problem
and
is
he's
this.
ready. He went too soon against Kevin
problem is
Farmer, and he
this.
got outclassed.
The problem
Let's
is
be
this.
honest, Johnny.
Okay,
right?
I'm being honest. The problem is this about opportunity and platform. Now, Gervonta Davis has a perfect platform under the Mayweather umbrella.
Did you
So, of
see
course,
him
he's
knock
gonna-
out Leo
Wait,
Santa
wait,
Cruz
I did see him.
cold? Leo Santa Cruz, one of our favourite
So,
fighters of recent
was you
years.
impressed by that shot? Was you impressed by the knockout?
What are you talking
Was you
about?
impressed by Tennyson's knockout?
What are you talking
It's-
about?
what I'm saying is opportunity.
Leo Santa
You get the
Cruz,
shot.
nothing had ever happened to Santa Cruz like that.
Everybody's
right?
breakable. We've seen it.
James Tennyson has 3 defeats on his record.
And what? I had 3 defeats to start with.
He got stopped. I understand that. And I'm not saying James Tennyson won't become a world champion because I really hope he does. And I think he could become a world champion, but he has to be matched right. And to put him in the same bracket as Gervonta Davis right now, Johnny, my microphone was dropped at ringside, so was Matt Macklin's,
Yeah.
and we went, really?
Okay, then I was talking I could see how this would pan out. So I was talking, this kid right now doing what he's doing, put him in with Gervonta Davis and knock out Gervonta Davis.
He's got
We'll give him
power,
time.
Tennyson, but he's got power at the moment. And you said to me, but he beat the WBA number 8. I mean, really?
The WBA made him
Let's
number
speak
8.
No disrespect to Josh O'Reilly as
Or-
well
or
here.
the
But
WBA.
he was unbeaten in 16. Who had he fought?
It doesn't matter.
Who had he fought?
How did he get to number 8?
Name me one other opponent you'd heard
Johnny,
of before.
Johnny, okay. Now it's been a few days, right? And I understand you're under pressure because you're
under pressure?
because you're bang average at your job.
I don't know what
You-
pressure
you-
is.
Listen, hold on, let me just.
He's drinking now. He's under
Because you're bang average at your job and you was under pressure that night. I understand that, and word at Sky is that you won't be there for much longer. Anyway, jokes. It should keep you for life. Anyway, no, but I understand heat of the moment, kind of.
He's the best.
Yeah, Johnny, at what you do, you are the best.
Bring it on.
Talk bollocks, but you are the best at it. That's a good thing.
Yeah, bring it on.
But I understand after Tennyson's very impressive win against the unbeaten Josh O'Reilly, I get that. I get being caught up in the moment. But reflecting after a few days...
Okay then. Okay, after a few days of reflection, maybe I should have worded it differently and said, if Tennyson hits Gervonta Davis, he knocks him out with that kind of power. That's what I should have said.
comment. Adam, that's a
much better comment.
That's a fair comment.
Listen, James Tennyson has the power to trouble any lightweight.
Correct.
But to say he will beat Gervonta Davis at this moment in time...
If he knocked him out, if he hit him with that shot, he would knock him out. He'd spark him out. I know it didn't ink the tank, but I'm telling you, with that power he has got world-class power. So I will stick to that.
But Johnny, if any fighter connects against another fighter, there's a good chance...
Not really.
No, there is a good chance. If they connect and time it properly, it can happen in any situation.
So what frustrates me, and maybe what's motivated my outburst, is the fact that I get frustrated that we here are so quick to support fighters from overseas instead of giving credit to our fighters.
That ain't what this is about.
And bigging up our fights, say, you know what, he can do that, and see vision for our fighters. So I'm going to do it for every time a fighter comes from these shores. I'm going to big him up. If I can find a way from through, I'm going to say this kid could do that. That's our role. But I tell you what, I've been in their shoes.
But I think you've got to be honest, and you've got to look at it, and you've got to look at levels in this sport, and you've got to look at the fact that Gervonta Davis has proved he is one of the best fighters in the world, and James Tennyson hasn't. James Tennyson has got, as I said, real momentum. He has some really good wins at British level, Gavin Gwynn, and now
he's talk about his loss.
He's beaten O'Reilly.
Yeah, but you're going to talk about his loss. But remember, he's moved up a weight. Now he's comfortable.
No, I agree. I agree that he's now at the right weight and he looks good. But it's a very, very hard and hot division. You know, Teofimo Lopez, not many people thought he'd beat Lomachenko. There's that. There's also Devin Haney out there. Would you pick Tennyson against Haney?
I wasn't talking about it. You know what? And Haney, I actually don't. Wait. And even Haney, I don't rate him as much as what you are going crazy about.
Can Tennyson beat Haney and Lopez and Gervonta Davis?
I'll keep Lopez out of it. I think Haney...
why would you keep Lopez out of it? You won't keep Gervonta Davis out of it. Why would you keep Lopez out of it?
Because that's all I commented on. So, and I'm looking at the stars. I look at.
But these are the champions.
Yeah, I'm looking at the champions, and I'm saying that the weaker of the two, the ones that'll match him, and I'm saying Davis. You land with Davis, you'll hate him. Who else did we say?
Do you think Gervonta Davis is the weakest of the three?
No, I don't. I think not Lopez, not Davis. Who's the other one?
Haney.
Haney's the weakest of the three. That's my opinion.
Okay.
So you rate them in reverse order.
Yeah.
Haney.
Yep.
Lopez.
Yeah.
And then Gervonta Davis.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I put Lopez for Tennyson. I put Lopez at number 1, and Davis at number 2. For as opponents for Tennyson.
No, we're just talking
Stars
about...
make fights.
All right, we're just talking about in general. How do you rate the three?
So Davis, Lopez, and Haney. I don't think Haney's the best out of the lot. I just don't.
Okay.
So Davis is your number 1 of the 3, and you think Tennyson beats him now?
No, stars make fights. Stars make fights.
I agree. Stars make
if Tennyson hits him, and I've adjusted what I said. If Tennyson has the power to hurt them and take him out, if he hits him, he gets rid of him. He gets it done. So maybe I was wrong in saying that he gets in there and beats him up. Now I say if he lands a shot, he has world-class power.
I think he does have big power, but it's a big call.
All right, I like that.
But that's fine. Gervonta Davis is one of my favourite fighters in the world. I think.
What about Haney? What do you think of Haney? Do you think Haney is as good as what they're all saying?
I watched Haney in the Mayweather gym when he was a kid. I've always thought he had huge talent. I think he's a really, really good fighter. I think he might lack a bit of power. I think he needs. Do you think
he's overrated?
I think he needs to mature a bit as well, Devin Haney.
So do you think he's overrated at this moment?
I don't think he's overrated, but I think he's a really good fighter. I think they're all really good fighters. But I've got to say, I thought what Lopez did against Lomachenko was great. I like Gervonta Davis. I've always liked him, and I think he's got something a bit special.
You saved this fight.
So I remember you very famously said to Johnny Nelson once, Johnny, you know shit about boxing. I don't know if you remember that, Adam.
I don't think I've ever said that.
Adam, I think I quoted it in a video, so...
I don't think so. I think that was a joke.
Was it?
Come on, don't be ridiculous.
It could be the
time. You know.
Right, this is time to big up this man, okay? This man has been through it all. Of course he knows about this sport and that's why he's worked with us for so long, right?
Make it clear to him, I don't work
Let's
for Eddie.
remind everybody, just one more time.
You're not a company man.
Just remind everybody one more time. He lost 10 of 13 amateur fights, his first 3 pro fights, he froze in world title fights. He was hounded out into exile, 4.5 years around the world, where he learned everything.
I hope the good part's better than this.
Against the big guys, against the little guys, against the crooked guys, all sorts of things he learned out there. He came back unbeaten in 33 fights when he came back to these shores. Not only did he win a world title against Carl Thompson, and I said to him then he could come and work with us, he then went on and defended it 13 times.
Setting a record
of
of defense.
13 times.
Can I just say?
He defended his world cruiserweight champion.
And can I just
from
say?
Nothing to right up there.
And can I just say?
So he's a brilliant story.
And can I just say?
A brilliant fighter. But you know what? He bored us to tears during most of that career.
I can live with that.
And only once or twice did he find that electrifying knockout. And I used to say to him, why don't you knock more out? He said, why? You know, it's the art of not getting hit.
Do you know
Can I
what-
say something?
Yeah.
And I know who Company Man Nelson is. I know who you are, and I smile. I embrace it. Bring it on. And I laugh at that. And I know who you work for as well. I know the motive behind what you're doing, but it's cool. Carry on.
Do you know what? If you've never seen, if you like go and watch Johnny Nelson fight for the first time, and you see you like brash coming out with that skirt you used to wear, and
Wasn't it a skirt?
it was a skirt, the
was.
flary
It was doing the-
skirt.
it was doing the
Gladiatorial.
split.
Yeah.
It was
You'd think,
gladiatorial
God,
wear.
this guy's got to have a bit of flair. He's got to be exciting, this fella, and he's from Sheffield.
thinking.
And then they watch you and they think, well,
But that's the whole point. If
Okay.
you go in there looking flash like you are a badass, they'll think shit. So straight away you've got
especially being from Sheffield, Naz,
You've got to
etc.
think him negatively, thinking shit. This kid's got to be able to fight if he's going to wear shit like that. Up there for thinking, my friend.
That was Brendan.
Yeah. So you've got round one mentally already. It's just-
Johnny knows a great deal about boxing, but he does come out with some funny statements.
It's good though.
It is great.
You were trending on Twitter in the middle of a fight night. You should not be. Yes.
I don't understand what that is.
That means you're the most talked about subject in boxing at that specific
Was it in a
time.
positive way or negative way?
Were you the most talked about fighter of your generation
I think-
back in the day, or the least?
I think people forgot I actually
Rate, I tell you what, yeah, just quickly before we move on, yeah,
What you
rate the top 5 fighters to ever come out of the Ingle Gym in order.
Oh, that's a
Pardon?
good one. That's a
Named
good
it
one.
in.
Yeah, the top 5 fighters to ever come out
You're
of the
talking
Ingle
about
Gym.
success, or you're talking about
Overall package.
overall package?
Great
Honestly,
question.
I'd say myself.
No, at number 1.
What, number one?
Oh, number one, I'd say Naz.
you don't have any ego.
Of
Naz,
course it's Naz.
I say Naz because Naz became a good offensive and defensive fighter, and he underachieved. Naz, number one. Number two, I would say, I'd say Harold Graham. Harold Graham was
Who also underachieved.
who underachieved again, but an unbelievable
Unbelievable
genius.
fighter.
And I was in the life.
Harold led the way, didn't
yeah,
he?
I
Yes.
was in that life of both Naz and both Harold, so I knew genius when I saw it. Number three, I'd actually say me. Me at number three, above Kel, and above. My gym has turned out so many world champions. Above Kel and above.
Ryan had a lot of talent.
Ryan was good. Ryan had a lot of talent. Ryan was and
Junior
Junior Witter, good shout.
So really, you're
Very good
6th,
shout.
aren't you?
Pardon? No, I'm third.
But Brendan always said Johnny was number one.
Yeah.
Brendan
but
said
I'm
Johnny was
third.
number one because he basically became the fighter from absolute scratch. And I think Naz walked
product
into
of the
that
gym.
gym. Yeah, product
Yeah.
of the gym. Naz was, when he was 7, he already had that talent. Ryan Rhodes when he was 8 or 9. Kel walking on his hands at 10. He had all the
Let me
flexibility
tell you,
there.
regardless of-
I think you are the most successful story to come out of the Brendan Ingle gym. I would put Naz obviously as the best fighter, but Harold I think led the way.
Yeah,
I
regardless
think he really led the way.
and I'll tell you now, regardless of personal opinions or what, I'm telling you now, Nassim Hamid is one of the most amazing fighters I have seen live.
I agree.
And what he did then will never be surpassed. There will never be another Naz. So as a fighter, this guy achieved things that you look at it, you think, wow.
And could you imagine if he'd actually really trained
Yeah, and
properly?
he underachieved.
Really
He underachieved.
structured.
If he wasn't an idiot and left Brendan, he would have actually beat Pereira.
But he trained 2.5 weeks for the Steve Robinson fight, things like that, which is just crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this boy could fight for fun, but he was a fool and underachieved. And Brendan always said that, which is such a shame. And because he could have moved up through the weights and done so well. I can remember him talking about fighting Floyd Mayweather, and I'm like, wow, I'm like, wow, good shout. But it obviously didn't materialise.
Do you know, it's a really good question, Kugan, because he is the best product to come out of the gym and the most successful story in many ways. But I think Naz was, and he was an underachiever. He was what he did.
But that's a testament to
Can you
Naz
imagine
calling
fighting
him
now?
an
What
underachiever.
he did.
He was
now?
one of the hardest punching featherweights of all time.
Yeah.
He was phenomenally talented. His reflexes were just incredible, but also his attitude and his exuberance and his extravagance, flipping into the ring every time, all the ring walks. Chris Eubank had done his way. He put a stamp on the sort of entrance, but Naz just took it, and he flew with it, didn't he? Coming in on the carpet, the cars, and I just loved all the flips in the ring. I remember my dad actually was at Wembley Arena. My dad came and he fought Juan Cabrera here at the Wembley Arena. It was a 2-round demolition. And my dad said, I said to him afterwards, I said, it was so short, he came to watch it. He said, you know what? He said it was, from the moment he walked in was announced, and he came in and he flipped, you were mesmerised. And he knocked the guy out and he did the post-fight interview and he went off. He said it was like a 45-minute theatrical event.
The event,
He said
the entrance was as exciting as the fight.
Magic.
And he's the reason why now the build up to a lot of fights when people are getting in, they do everything possible to get the fire and the entertainment going in because
and that also with Johnny as part of that sort of brat pack with them all, Ryan Rhodes, Kevin Anderson, Clifton Mitchell, Anis Awida, Thomas Bradley, all that crowd. It was an amazing time, Kugan. When we were in New York for the Kelly fight, I think that was probably the most exciting fight ringside.
Did Ricky do his professional debut?
Ricky Hatton was on it, Danny Williams was on it, but there was it was Kennedy McKinney and Junior Jones on the undercard, which was absolutely fantastic as a sort of chief support. You had Donald Trump was there that night, Pierce Brosnan was there, all sorts. John McCririck was with us. It was a crazy garden. You remember Naz, wouldn't come out, and Kelly on the ring post, and the press conferences beforehand, that whole build-up in New York, that was incredible. And to have a sort of 7 knockdown thriller, he was box office Naz.
Can you imagine fighting today? Man, but still,
Little trip down memory lane.
it was emotional.
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.